Hi everyone. Sorry for the drama and the quick jump back to the car. Sadly, the battery ran out on my phone, and as a side note, I can't imagine any more advances in mobile technology until they get to the point where power is incrementally, exponentially answered. It's amazing that the battery was fully charged when I left my car this morning, but then when I walked a mile away and videoed 4 times, anyways, then it just died. So it's kind of pathetic. Anyways. So I'm in the parking lot at Walden Pond, far less dramatic and interesting than being on the shores. But rather than sitting here waiting for my battery to charge, and by then it'll be dark, I think, I just thought I'd finish up what I was saying and then just move on to yet another video at some point. So I wanted to get with everyone and say what my condition was, to spell it out for you literally, and to tell you what I'm doing currently in terms of traditional approaches to dealing with this disease. It's an incurable disease, so there is no straightforward answer, but my regimen includes getting a Stelara injection every 8 weeks, I think it is. And though that is essentially off-label, it's not intended to treat PG. It is just yet another gun in the arsenal, and I have been through everything. I think chemotherapy might be the next step if I understand my immunologist the right way. So and ultimately the goal is to reboot the immune system, to suppress it to the point where it does not overreact and does not cause sort of an attack upon itself. Which is all great, but it's it wreaks havoc with everything else, right? So you reboot your immune system, or you bottom out your immune system. Well, then you also, are susceptible to other infections, and that every infection could kill you. And so you have to be very aware of colds. Believe me, I'm very cognizant of the fever that I had a couple of days ago, or last week actually, and the fact that my nose has been running for the last couple of days. So I know the dangers that even a cold could cause. I know certainly upper respiratory symptoms are stuff to watch out for, or any other sign of infection. So those are the things that I keep an eye out for. So treating my condition with immunosuppressants is just a shy bit short of sort of chopping off your head to prevent migraines. So if you chop off your head, you no longer have migraines. But is that really the answer? And so that led me into some of the other investigations that I've done. Again, not dismissing what has worked and ultimately what hasn't worked for me, and so not dismissing that at all. It's just that I need to understand everything, the whole spectrum of what's available to me, whether we call it alternative medicine, whether we call it non-Western medicine, or whatever. I know that I've been dealing with this for 8 years. I know that even with the heaviest of immunosuppressants, I still get flare-ups. So there is nothing wrong with investigating something else. I won't do acupuncture, clearly. The last thing my body needs is more holes in it. And so acupuncture is not an option. But herbal medicine, teas, magic mushrooms, whatever it takes, I don't think will interfere with what the Western medicine is trying to do. If it gets to the point where philosophically it's not making sense, well, then I will take the path that makes sense, ultimately, and I'll decide that on my own without anyone else's input, and I'll figure it out. I don't care what's worked. Please understand the light in which I'm saying this. When I say I don't care, it's not going to factor in what's worked for you as you deal with whatever you're dealing with. So what matters is what is intuitively right, but satisfies the left side of my brain, and I need that. I'm not looking for double-blind studies to prove anything. That would be stupid, to sit around and wait for a study to be done to find out what works. Clearly, that doesn't make sense. I'm allowed to take action even if there isn't a double-blind study to support it. So anecdotal evidence then becomes part of the equation, I guess, which I just dismissed a minute ago. Anyways. In addition to the big gun, Stelara, I also am taking prednisone, and have been taking prednisone for now over 2 years, and so that's wreaked havoc. That prednisone is a magic drug for the right reasons. It is keeping people alive, and perhaps it's keeping me alive, but it doesn't come without repercussions. So, hello people with funny hats. They're going to the, how's this work? No, yeah. Somewhere over there, no, that's a tree, I think. Anyway, somewhere over there is a mock-up of Thoreau's cabin, which is, I think my closets are bigger than that. First world problems. But, anyways, so I also take prednisone and dapsone. I think that's some variant of an antibiotic. And then pain medicine. I think I've said already. Morphine, gabapentin, and oxycodone. Those are brutal. They I have to admit they work. I'm one of those people that am happy to take pain medicine if needed. I don't see any reason not to, but I'm also one of those people that don't find it a very pleasant experience. It does also wreak havoc on my mindset, on my productivity. I guess I need to edit that out. So never mind my productivity, but but just in terms of my ability to function day to day. This disease has ramifications that have really infiltrated every corner of my life. As an example, my 10-year-old son Mark, played soccer through the winter of last year. I never went to a game. It's only a mile down the road, not even a mile down the road, probably a half a mile down the road is the field. I couldn't even get to the field. Getting into the car is a huge ordeal. So the fact that I drove 27 minutes just to get to Walden Pond today is an amazing accomplishment. The fact that I can sit here, not in pain, with my knees kind of in this the seated position, is an amazing accomplishment. I have driven with my family to events or to whatever, and I love when people come into the woods with their high heels on and fancy leather coats and whatever. I don't know what people are thinking. I mean, you have to drive here on purpose. You don't accidentally stumble on Walden Pond, so you have to want to come here. And so, but anyways, I wish I could have showed you what I just saw. The ramifications are profound. Essentially, over the years, over the last, let's just pretend the last 2 or 3 years, I have not gone to vacation with my children. They go separately from me. They go to Cape Cod my wife and children go down to the Cape somewhere around the 4th of July weekend, and they can stay up to 2 weeks, depending on certain circumstances. I'm not a part of that. I can't go near the beach. I can't sit in a car for 2-3 hours to get down there. The logistics of managing wound care is almost impossible to deal with in a cabin. I have not taken them to North Conway, which we've done a couple of times already. Oh yeah, here she comes. Let me see if I can quickly show you. Whoa, can you see? Shoes. Anyways. She might have gotten cold. She was running back to the car. Let's see what she comes back with. Maybe just a camera. All right. So, yeah. And so essentially, I've been homebound. I can move around the house. I have fallen down 1,000 times in the house. I have bled in my house. I have writhed in pain on the floor for hours on end. I can't see. All right. Anyways, I've writhed on the floor in pain for hours. My kids have witnessed me crying in pain. My kids have heard me scream as the pain is oftentimes a very, very, very sharp, stabby pain, in addition to the constant numbing pain, mind-numbing, just sort of like an open wound type of constant pain. There's also an element of a very sharp, gnawing, stabbing pain that is often very shocking, very jarring. We could all be sitting down to eat, and I am on the floor within seconds. My kids are stressed because of that. I don't know how we're dealing with it. I don't know that we are dealing with it effectively, but suffice to say that there are issues on that front, that's it. And so parenting from the bed or from the couch doesn't work. So essentially I've been disenfranchised oftentimes from the family, and it's very hard to reintegrate with the family. I live in an apartment. I live on the second floor of a 2-family house. So we're on top of each other all day long. And to be absent when I'm sick, and then to try to reintegrate when I feel a little bit better, has proven profoundly stressful for everybody. All right. Defined pyoderma, told you some of the crap I'm on, told you it sucks, and I told you it hurts. So I think that's probably how I'm going to leave it for now. And then what I'm going to do is post yet another video, potentially today. It's a glorious day. Yet another video to explain where the shift has happened and how the shift has happened, and some of the approaches I'm taking now. The approaches including meditation, a high raw diet, gluten-free, mostly vegan, whatever. But I've created my own diet, which changes minute to minute. All right, so I'll sign off from Walden Pond. Henry David Thoreau says ciao, and we will chat again real soon. Thanks for listening. Ciao.